Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Paula Shapiro. I am the director of the ABA section of Civil Rights and Social Justice. And I am here today for our monthly CRSJ 101 membership event, where the staff and leaders of our section come and tell you all about what we do, how to get involved, and how we can support the work that you do in your own individual capacities. Today, we are going to talk really about leveraging your membership, and I am joined by my associate director, Alli Kielsgard, my program specialist, Luke Graves, our managing editor for our Human Rights Magazine, which is an award-winning quarterly magazine, Melissa Hodek, and one of our council members, the wonderful Melanie Bates. I'm going to turn it over to Melanie to go through some information about our section. But while you're on here, if you have any questions, please feel free to add them into the Q&A or the chat. Please, in the chat, tell us who you are, your name, and what you're interested in, and we're happy to go from there.
Thank you, Paula. Thank you for that introduction. I first would like to say thank you to you and all of your staff for the incredible work that you do each and every day. You truly work around the clock to make sure that all of your members have everything they need to be meaningfully participate in the section's great work. So thank you all. So happy New Year to everyone joining. Welcome to the first CRSJ 101 membership event of this calendar year. We are thrilled you have taken the time out of your busy schedules to be here today. The purposes of the CRSJ 101 memberships events is to acquaint you with all of the wonderful benefits that the section membership provides. Through our slide deck, we will cover the section's background, our leadership, our 21 committees, our projects and initiatives, and our Human Rights Magazine, which you've heard a little bit about, and how you can become involved. So I hope you are ready for an exciting discussion. Thank you again. So CRSJ was created in 1966, and it provides leadership within the ABA in the legal profession in protecting and advancing human rights, civil liberties, and social justice. The following groups comprise the section. We have our section council and executive committee. We have 21 substantive committees. We have liaisons to other ABA committees. We have section projects and initiatives, and we operate the council committees here. And below you'll see headshots of our illustrious executive committee under the leadership of our chair, Robin. And this shows the layout of our different committees. We have 5 different divisions. And the committees are really the lifeblood of the section. They produce our policies, our webinars, and other projects that you'll hear about today. And each committee provides you with a unique opportunity to network with legal advocates and law professionals throughout the country in meaningful ways. Thank you. And I'm sorry, I neglected to introduce myself more before I hopped into the slide deck, so I will pause here to do that now. Again, my name is Melanie Bates. I'm based in Washington, D.C., and I've had the distinct privilege and honor of serving as a CRSJ Council member since 2018. I'm currently in my second 3-year term. And outside of the ABA, I run a policy and communications firm named Melanie Bates Consulting, LLC, where we focus on criminal justice reform advocacy. I also work part-time at a nonprofit organization here in DC as a legal aid attorney. And I've greatly appreciated the opportunities that being an active member of the section has provided, and I'll get into that more later on in the discussion. Thank you, and I apologize for that back and forth. This slide shows more about our projects and initiatives. The projects and initiatives seek to galvanize the legal profession to protect and advance human rights, civil liberties, and social justice. Some of them include perfecting democracy, and this is our election protection efforts. We held an economic justice summit last year at Georgetown University Law Center. We host I believe monthly chair chats with the section chair, and these are with leaders and thought leaders throughout the ABA and beyond who share their knowledge with our community. We have something called One Section, One Book, which is like a book club for civil rights. And then we have our Civil Rights Civics Institute, which I'll talk about more later on today, which is a Q&A from students who brought us questions and we've answered them in an online format. And this is our projects and initiatives continued. We have a civil rights connection that provides pro bono opportunities, links to those opportunities online. We have an HIV/AIDS impact project. We have a policy implementation initiative, which supports implementing our policies that we passed here in the ABA throughout the country. So that's a new exciting effort that we've really devoted a lot of time to here recently. We have the Death Penalty Due Process Review Project, and we have Reproductive Rights Pro Bono Project. So our programming. Each month, the section presents a variety of timely and topical programs on the latest developments in the topic areas that we cover. In 2022 to 2023, we held 51 programs. So this is something that we do all the time. We really take a lot of pride in the substantive material that we are able to put out. We organize our webinars with expertise from active leaders, committee members, and other ABA entities, and hopefully some of you one day. And these are examples of some of the programs that we've already held. Great, and now I will turn it over to Melissa to talk more about the Human Rights Magazine.
Hi, I'm Melissa, and I'm the managing editor of Human Rights Magazine. The magazine is one of the leading member benefits of being in the section. It's a quarterly publication that is currently available in print and online. I work with 11 editorial board members and 1 editorial board chair to plan the issues, select authors, and brainstorm article ideas. We are currently completing our 49th volume of the magazine, wrapping up an issue on Native American rights, which should be going to print any day now. And there are many ways you can get involved with the magazine. You can write for the magazine or contact me to suggest article or issue theme ideas. We collaborate with committees all the time to plan full issues. So if you do join a committee and you think it would be also make a great magazine topic, please get in touch and that's something we can discuss. Or if you're just interested in seeing how the editorial board works, you are welcome to reach out to me and I'd be happy to invite you to a meeting and you could listen in and see if there's any way you'd like to get involved. So please reach out if you have any questions or suggestions for the magazine. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Melissa, and congratulations on all of your tremendous work.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So now we'll talk about advocacy efforts within the section. We organize and participate in educational programming on government actions impacting civil rights and social justice. With other CRSJ leaders, we track legislation or Supreme Court cases for amicus briefs. And we conduct policy and legislative advocacy opportunities through development of reports with resolutions, comments to proposed rulemaking, blanket authority statements, white papers, letters to federal, state, and local governments, and more. Some examples of some recent action. The section successfully requested that the ABA set up a task force to identify and respond to legal issues raised by the Dobbs decision. And we hosted a 2-day policy summit called A New Administration alongside the ABA Coalition on Racial and Ethnic Justice. And then we published a resulting policy recommendation document in the ABA Journal. So next we'll discuss leadership opportunities within the section. And this is really where you can learn about how you can get in on the front lines and take part of the exciting work that the section leads. As we've discussed, you have the opportunity to produce or attend webinars, articles, and more with other colleagues in your field. You can organize and participate or serve as a panelist, or moderator in those webinars. Through committee membership, you can produce standalone projects or initiatives supporting our mission. As you just heard about the magazine, you can write articles there. And you can advocate for the implementation of ABA policy on civil rights and social justice through legislation at all levels. And then lastly listed here, you can draft resolutions to be adopted by the ABA House of Delegates. And here are just a few quotes from some of our CRSJ leaders. Rula shares here, as a young lawyer, I found deep fulfillment in my work with the ABA YLD, particularly on issues of equity and public service. After graduating out of the YLD, I am grateful I connected with the section of Civil Rights and Social Justice and its dedicated leaders. Through my work with CRSJ, I've been able to contribute with colleagues from across the country on issues that impact our communities every single day. The next testimonial is from our immediate past chair, Juan, and he says the CRSJ section was created as the ABA's direct response to President Kennedy's call to action during the Civil Rights Movement. Since the mid-1960s, our section has worked to promote policies affecting racial equality, environmental and economic justice, LGBTQ+ rights, police accountability, gender equity, and other significant civil rights issues. While we have made significant progress over the past 5 decades, our democracy is on the line. So much work still remains, especially in these uncertain times. We need anyone, that means you, who is committed to protecting our democracy and the rule of law to join us now more than ever. So I hope these powerful testimonials speak to you and you really consider joining our section. And this is our social media handles here, our website, and our email. In addition to everything else that the staff does, they run very active social media channels, and they're very dedicated to uplifting the work of its members and its leadership by retweeting and sharing and posting about all of the accomplishments that members do within ABA and beyond. So another shout out to our wonderful staff. And I will speak a little bit more about how I've been able to leverage my membership within the section. As I mentioned, I joined as a council member in 2018. And membership of the section has allowed me to connect with colleagues from across the country who've also dedicated their practices to strengthening and protecting civil rights, all while promoting social justice. And these are really lifelong bonds, I believe, that I've been able to create through all of the meetings that we have in different areas across the country. It really just warms my heart to know that there are others out there like me who are dedicated to this work. Another thing that I cherish about my section membership is the ability to make a meaningful impact on the work I do outside of the ABA. As I mentioned, I run a consulting firm that's focused on criminal justice reform. And when I first joined the council in 2018, I had the honor of writing the member op-ed under past chair Will Schooley. And in that op-ed, there was a killing of a citizen by an off-duty police officer named Botham John. He was the person who was murdered. So I was able to write about the obligation of lawyers and requiring police accountability during that time. Later, we talked about resolutions. I had the opportunity to serve as the initial drafter for ABA Resolution 116A, which urges the use of special prosecutors when investigating police-involved killings. So again, it was very meaningful to me to be able to overlap the work that I do outside of the ABA with activities under the section. And under the leadership of past chair Beth Wittenberry, she established the CRSJ Civil Rights Civics Institute, and I had the opportunity to contribute answers to the Know Your Rights portion. So again, students had the opportunity to send in questions about knowing their rights when they're involved in police encounters. So I was able to use the knowledge that I've gained through my work outside of the ABA to contribute to that repository. And just to share more about the Civil Rights and Social Justice Civil Rights Institute, we strive to educate both lawyers and the public about related law and policy so everyone can participate more efficiently in our democracy. The Institute consists of short educational video and written responses answering these student-generated questions on a wide range of civil rights-related civics topics. So that's available on our website, and it's organized by category if you're interested in learning more about the questions and answers that were submitted. In addition, under the leadership of past chair Juan Thomas, I had the opportunity to to appear as a guest on the CRSJ chair chat, which we've discussed earlier. And during that interview, I was able to share about my work through my consulting practice on criminal justice reform. And the chair chat is a podcast that's released on YouTube, and it's designed to bring together legal scholars, advocates, thought leaders, activists, and others who are committed to fighting for social justice, protecting our democracy, and upholding the rule of law. The guests share strategies for tackling these existing and emerging civil rights issues facing our country. And as I mentioned, the archive of those chair chats are available on our YouTube channel. And the last example I'll share that I've been able to leverage my membership while merging both of my work here and outside of the section. I had the privilege of organizing and actually moderating a webinar called The Impact of Mass Incarceration of Communities of Color in the Wake of COVID-19. And I'm proud to say, as the organizer, that I was able to bring in persons with lived experience, persons who've actually been personally touched by the justice system, for them to share their perspective with our audience. So those are the examples that I'll share with you and how I've been able to leverage my membership here with the section. I hope they've inspired you to think long and hard about joining yourself and bringing more value to the work that you do outside of the ABA and beyond. So I think now we can open it up for questions, if there are any. And thank you, Alli, for putting those links in the chat. I hope you all find them useful.
And if you don't want to ask questions today during the program, please feel free to reach out out directly to us. I'll put my email again into the chat, and you can feel free to ask anything. We're going to help you get involved. We can help you sign up for committees, talk to us about potential programming, about upcoming meetings, the works. So Melanie, that was fabulous and educational. We really appreciate you being on today. And if anyone has anything else or doesn't have anything else, we'll end here. But thank you again and have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.